What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully y'all doing good. Hopefully y'all staying blessed like always. If you ask me, I'm good, I'm good. This is a different day, different fans, just got off work again. And I'm here to talk about how nobody cares if you're tired or nobody cares if you're sad, Just being real with y'all. A lot of people probably need to hear this. Maybe you going through a hard time, maybe you going through, anything. And, life is just a little hard. I'm here to let you know that a lot of people don't care. And you hear that, you probably like, oh, bro, like, I know, I'm not saying that to the point that you're a waste or like nobody cares about you. But I'm just saying, like, the game that we play in this thing called life does not really care. So you have to change something. You have to fight back, A lot of people don't understand, like, when we're facing depression, when we're facing anxiety, it's never going to change unless we try to change something, You can be depressed all your life, right? And then you listen to sad music, you listen to all this bad stuff, it's going to make it worse. The only way you can beat depression, the only way you can beat anxiety is if you try to fight it, if you try to face it. And you probably going to struggle, but you got to keep doing that. And a lot of people don't understand, like, bro, I didn't understand when I was younger, I would say. And I think, like, a lot of people are starting to get it because, you start to understand more when you get older. Like, a lot of people that you think care about you don't care about you. Like, your job, basically. Let's say your job, right? You work in a job, and let's say somebody in your family pass away or, like, you get hurt or something. In the next week, they're going to find somebody to get your spot. Maybe your coworkers send you a letter and stuff, but say you're gone for, like, a couple months. People are going to forget about you. So just understand that a lot of times it's no exception for how much people care about you, Like, it's life, bro. And we got to be able to understand that. We got to be able to understand that, like, when you working, say you super tired, you still got to go to work. You super tired, you still got to study. You still got to cook. Man, nobody cares if you super tired. But that's where that discipline comes in. That's where that consistency comes in. And that's where being grateful. Me, I ain't gonna lie, I be tired a lot. I be tired at work. I be tired at doing a lot of stuff. But I just understand that I'm grateful that I have the chance to be tired. So that really keeps me going. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thank God for that. Like, I have a chance to do it still. I have a chance to make money. I have a chance to study, work out, play basketball. And a lot of people don't have that. So I keep that in the, like, front of my mind. So I think about it every day. And that really helps me. But, if you going through hard times, if you tired, try to look at life different. Try to be grateful for the stuff. And if that's not working, try to change something, If it's a job, if you need a new job, but you're just scared of taking that risk, take that risk. It doesn't, at the end of the day, nothing's going to change if you don't change nothing. And, you can be best friends with anybody in the world. You can be best friends with your coworkers. You can be best friends, but you all got to go on your own path. So don't let the fear of letting someone go, don't let the fear of not seeing someone or not being with someone stop you from doing what you need to do. I got so many friends out here that's in college, like, and I mean, like, Ohio State, Clinton, freaking Cincinnati, like, they going far away, and I have no problem with that, and they shouldn't have a problem with that. They should miss me, They, like, you should miss your friends. There's nothing wrong with that, but you still got a job to do, and it comes with sacrifices. You gotta sacrifice a lot in life. So, when them times you tired, bro, and you still gotta work, you tired, you still gotta get that workout. You gotta sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice the energy you have. You low on energy, but you gotta keep your mental strong. You gotta keep your spiritual strong, and then that'll keep your physical strong. Cause working out when you're tired, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like to do it, but sometimes I'm being in that gym and I do not want to move that weight. I still do it, and it builds resilience. It builds, like, that thing in your life that you need. You need something to help you from hitting that wall. Like, you keep hitting that wall over and over again, and you need something to help you keep hitting that wall no matter what, because life is always trying to knock us down, but we just gotta get back up. And back to what I was saying about, like, nobody truly, like, cares. Obviously, you got family, you got friends that truly care about you. I care about you. God, number one, Jesus cares about you. He loves you. But I'm just saying, in like the sense of this world, you know, you lose your job. What's gonna happen? You know, you maybe your family, maybe your friends help you out, but is your job gonna care? No. You know, you hurt something. Is anybody gonna truly care after a while? So you gotta understand that. You gotta try to be the best version of yourself. You gotta keep pushing past that limit, pushing past you being tired, because it's only building you. It's only making you better. And I used to think about this. I'm like, bro, why do we get tired? Like, you know, why? Like, why would God create us? You know, we can do all these things. We can build stuff. We can make stuff. But why would God, like, make us get tired? And I'm starting to realize that, like, you need that discipline in your life. That's why he gave it to us. Like, you need that something to make you great. You know, why are people great? Why are people better than others? Why are people more successful than others? Because they kept going while they was tired. You know, they kept working hard. They kept trying the best they can, even though they was tired. You know, a lot of millionaires, a lot of people in general, there are people that's becoming millionaires, thousandaires. I don't care what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, people right now, you in the first year of college and you having sleepless nights because you're trying to achieve that goal. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. If nobody got tired, if nobody had discipline, wouldn't we all be great? Wouldn't our creativity just carry us all the way? So that's why it puts you in a different path than the rest. That's why you need to think of the mindset of, okay, I'm tired, but I'm still going to do it no matter what. This is not a yes or no option. This is a yes and yes option, you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all take that as motivation, because I've been thinking about that, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Work, be having your boy sleep. And I do lack on the gym and stuff, but I still be going. I be getting my workouts in no matter what. If it's at home, ooh, what the my workouts in no matter what. I gotta be more disciplined up. I gotta lock in with my food and stuff. That's true. But you gonna hit that wall, bro. I don't care what age you at. I say this to anybody, because, like, think about this. A lot of people don't make $1 million. A lot of people don't become millionaires until they're 30. A lot of people don't achieve their dreams until they're 40. To be a doctor, you have to be a doctor. You gotta go to school for like 10 years. So it takes time. It takes time. But you gotta be consistent and disciplined during that time. You can't slack. You can't slack. And I'm telling you, you're gonna see the results. You're gonna see the results. Exactly when I'm telling you, when you lock in, bro, you start to see the results. And even if you don't see the results, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep going. And think of it like, you know, somebody trying to steal your, like, the life, you know, the world is trying to steal stuff away from you. And if you really care that bad, you would try to fight it back, you know? They trying to grab your dreams, you know? You being tired, people talking bad on you, the negative stuff, people are trying to grab this stuff away from you. And if you really cared about it, would you just let it go? Somebody trying to take your bag, would you just let them have it? No. You gonna grab it and fight back and try to pull it, push, kick, anything. So you gotta do that with life. You gotta do that with the people, with the things that's trying to bring you down in life. So fight back, bro. Don't let depression, anxiety, none of that make you feel like you nothing or something. I don't care if you gotta fake it till you make it, because then your mind is a beautiful thing. Like, God made our minds beautiful things. So if you gotta tell yourself that you amazing, you gotta tell yourself that you're gonna do it today, speak it, do what you gotta do. I'm gonna stop yapping. So I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Let me know if y'all want to talk about anything in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed day. Read your Bible, and I'll see y'all later on Gang. Yeet.